I think it was the total approach to it, not just the fact that you're just not eating carbs or that kind of thing. And it felt like that immediate kind of reward for doing what the doctors are telling you was much better than, oh, we're going to do this over 2 years kind of thing or whatever. Again, it's the fact that, we're looking at my testosterone levels, insulin levels, thyroid levels. It just makes sense that there's a full attack going on here instead of just looking at one part of the problem. The body's so complicated, so just to kind of pigeonhole it into one makes little sense to me. So when I'm sitting with a Dr. Mahali and we're talking about the big picture of it, just like why I come here for regular physician work is the big picture. I think I think the number one reason is still health. It's still the idea. It's not. I think the ego, the idea of how I look is important. Don't get me wrong, but not as important, not even close to the importance of health. I have a wife and 2 kids that you have to be there for, and I don't know. Every scientific study says the heavier you are, the less healthy you're going to be. So it was time to nip it in the rear end.
You have to let the fat go, Chris. You have to let the fat go.
I call this Fanny.
We're going to let it go by the end of this thing.
We've done 3 weeks of
3
this
weeks.
so far.
And how's the weight loss gone so far?
Actually, I started on February 11th.
So you're 2.5 in.
It's like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. And what are you at?
278.
And what have you total?
295. So I've lost 18 pounds.
18 pounds. Nice. So how have you adjusted to the food and the hunger cravings and those kind of things?
I'm a food guy. I'm a foodie.
I know you are.
And
taught me to be one. To appreciate good food.
I will tell you that my energy levels are better than ever. Sleeping better. I feel like I'm sleeping better. I feel like my I hate to say it, I know we're on video. Trips to the bathroom are a lot nicer. How about that for inappropriate for video? But I feel like I'm not really hungry. I mean, like I said, I just cut up a pizza for my entire family that I did not eat. I didn't feel like, oh my God, I gotta eat this pizza.
Right.
You gotta be creative.
Yeah.
I've learned through cooking the vegetables and I will tell you that. Can I talk about my cheats?
I was going to ask you, how committed have you been if it's 5 shakes a day and veggies only on a scale of 1 to 10 or 90 to 100%?
If it's 5 shakes and a standard of 5 shakes a day and veggies only, I would tell you I'm batting 8.5 to 9.
Nice.
Maybe a 9. I have had zero alcohol. We've both learned how to have more fun with the shakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did ruby red grapefruit, which is on the low glycemic list, and I dropped it into the strawberry shake and beat it up and made myself. I think I dropped 3 blueberries in, which I don't know if blueberries are illegal or not, but there's only 3 of them. I figured that'd be my naughty, and I made a heck of a smoothie out of it.
To try that.
That kind of thing. I've learned instant espresso powder in the vanilla is really good. So we'll keep coming up with. I know as we start blogging together and stuff, that'll be part of that conversation of how do you make the shakes more palpable. My wife makes a mean kale chip. What happens is you become a walking billboard for this. And so I've had so many people who have said, oh my God, you look great, type of thing. My wife says I have less bags under my eyes, which is nice. I'm always worried about that. But definitely, I've had like 4 or 5 people come to me and say, who do I talk to about getting on this? Because if I can do it, because I'm such the foodie and I cook and I go to restaurants and I do restaurant reviews and all this stuff, I think the average non-foodie can do it. I've already kind of thinking about how do I adjust my life when you start reducing the amount of shakes and start going back into the real world. And I'm going to tell you something. The idea of I used to eat chips at Mexico. I don't eat chips at home. I was never in the last so many years, I didn't really sit and eat potato chips. I'd have nuts, and I'd probably still eat nuts to some portion. But I will tell you that Mexican restaurants, right? Good salsa. Gotta have a chip, right? And I've learned now that I just hold on, and then if it's a really good salsa, I was at Poca Cosa last week. I got chicken with salad on the side, and I just dip my salad into the salsa type of thing. Right. So you learn how to.
Right.
And I'm already, like I said, I'm already strategizing how to.
at your 30-day point with QMed on the
Yes,
weight
sir.
loss program. Good. How much you down, or how's it?
Probably 24 pounds. I would say 24 pounds.
Nice. And how have you found the journey or the experience at this point?
I think the reboot that we've talked about in the past has kind of occurred. I really am. There's foods I used to eat a lot of that I look at and go, why did I eat so much of that? Whether it's tortilla chips at really good Mexican restaurants or pizza or that type of stuff. I think you and I have talked about how we've had some fun in relation to modifying the shakes, so it's not always the same 3 flavors. There's really lots of cool ways to do that, whether it's through diet sodas or throw a few blueberries in the strawberry thing. Or I think that initial, you get that, and this is why I know there's people who say, oh God, I gotta do shakes type of thing. And it's shakes plus the veggies, though. I mean, there's a way of doing this, like I said. But when you get that initial, it does feel good. It does feel good, and it does drive you on. I would tell you, in relation to temptation, I'm not feeling it as much as I thought I would. I think that once you get to that maintenance and you're staying away from the bad vegetables, the bad fruit, and then your white bread, white rice stuff, I think
Live with it.
I think I can live with that pretty easily.